Syracuse head football coach Scott Shafer with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team. Your home for New York sports. Syracuse football last year 3-9, and Coach Shafer is getting this team in the right direction. Coach, thanks for joining us today. And hey, you have a new boss, new athletic director Mark Coyle. What's that like having a new boss man out there at Syracuse, Coach?
Well, it's been great. You know, Mark and I have a lot of the same values and ideas about college football and what it can bring to a university, and most importantly, what it can bring to each individual kid. And it's been great. We had a chance to have him over to the house before we got started and get around his wonderful family. And he's got some wonderful kids, 3 children. And, you know, it's been great just to kind of bringing them into the fold and bringing them into the family, and looking forward to this journey together, that's for sure.
What kind of changes can we expect from the football program now that you've got Mark Coyle on your side working with you to make it bigger and better?
Sure. I don't think, you know, when you look at change agents, I like his mindset moving forward with scheduling philosophy. He understands the ACC and how we fit into the ACC, especially our division. And he's got a good plan. And you know, I'm just happy to have him on board. I had a good friend that works for him out at Boise State, and the minute that it got announced, I got a phone call from my buddy, and he said, "Hey, you guys are going to have a blast together." Same type of people, and that's what I've met with as he's walked in here. You know, it just feels like we've known each other for a long time, and like I said, it's great when you both have the same mindset and the same values moving forward. So just looking forward to kicking it off.
Yeah, that's why Levack and I work so well. We have the same mindset and values.
Yeah, he's at church every Sunday, and I mock him for being at church every Sunday. So figure that out.
Yeah, exactly. Syracuse head football coach Scott Shafer. He's got it going on at his program. Syracuse season kicks off Friday, September 7th against Rhode Island. And, Coach, a lot of talk about the number 44. It's been worn by guys like Jim Brown, Floyd Little. It's been retired since 1998. Are you bringing back number 44 this year?
Well, 44, like you know, is on the table. And the best thing I have going for me is I can go down the hallway and talk to Floyd Little, one of the greats, as you mentioned, that wore that jersey. And, you know, I think it's just going to be one of those situations where when the time's right, we'll know it. And if we're ever in need of some direction, we go down and talk to one of the guys that wore it. And what I'm most excited about is just the fact that it's been brought up every time I talk to anybody out in the media and on the streets, because it's an opportunity to reflect back on what 44, the culture, really means more than just the players. And, you know, just to understand that when 44 is running out on the football field here in the Dome, you know, it represents a culture, not a person. It represents first African-American to win the Heisman Trophy. And during a tough time during our country, you know, you have a young man that breaks through those lines that a lot of people had a hard time doing, and the influence it had on college football. When Jimmy Brown didn't get that Heisman Trophy, a lot of people were like, what the heck's going on? And, you know, for Jim to help recruit Ernie Davis to Syracuse, and then for Ernie to break through those barriers, you know, what a great thing, what a great tradition to make sure we uphold and to reflect on what the culture is of 44 more than the jersey itself.
Coach, do you want number 44 to be back? Do you yearn for somebody on your team to wear 44 this year?
Well, I don't know about this year. I think we'll just take it as we go. I think we got to find a young man that's carrying the football, that's becoming a great football player, but also takes care of his business, just like Ernie Davis did, just like Floyd Little, just like everybody that wore 44, that he's taking care of business on, off the field, and especially in the classroom. Because when you think about those guys that everybody talks about when 44 comes up, those guys were true character men that carried that mindset that you can be a great student and a great athlete. And that's what Syracuse is all about. You know, this day and age when it's all about wins and losses, and every time I turn on my phone, I see issues across the country. I'm most proud of the fact that our kids steer away from those types of things. And it's easy for me to reflect back on those guys and that culture of integrity that carries itself with that jersey number. So for me, it's more about when the time's right, it'll happen. If there's ever any question in my mind, I go down the hallway, talk to Floyd Little and the group that'll be involved with helping us make those decisions.
Very well said, Coach. Syracuse head football coach Scott Shafer with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team. The season kicks off Friday, September 7th against Rhode Island.
All right, Coach, what are the goals for this upcoming season?
Our goals are to get better every single day. Our approach has always been, let's control the things we can. Let's not worry about the things you can't control. Last year we had a barrage of injuries that really set us back. If I'd have known going into the season I was going to play a true freshman fourth-string quarterback for 7 games, probably would have looked at things a little bit differently, that's for sure. So I think the lessons we learned is let's control the things right out in front of us, and that is today the sun came up and it's time to go to work. By the end of the day, can we say we got better at a handful of things throughout the course of the meetings, the practice time, and when those kids and those coaches put their heads on the pillow, we want to be able to say we got better daily. And then it turns into weekly, then it turns into monthly, and then at the end of the season, you'll be able to look back and say, you know what, we stayed true to who we are, and that's controlling things daily and getting better daily. So that's the way we're going to focus in on it going into this season.
Man, Coach Scott Shafer makes me want to get better daily just by listening to him. I'm influenced just through this interview. Syracuse head football coach Scott Shafer with Armen and Levack. Coach, what's been your big takeaways this summer thus far through workouts?
Well, the kids have done a nice job. Prior to us being able to truly coach football, they took great ownership going into this summer session, all the way back from summer 1 and into summer 2 with their academics. They did extremely well. We had posted last fall semester and then this past spring semester our best GPA since they've been keeping records here with the football program. And our freshman class had a 3.29 GPA. So I think with that comes some integrity of character and doing things right. And you could see that spill over to their workouts. You can see it spill over to their preparation. So we got 4 practices in. We get to put all the pads on today. And what I've seen is a spirit that, is exciting to me. It's extremely motivating when I go out on the field and see those kids getting after it and knocking each other on the grass and then picking each other up and staying focused on the task at hand. So for me, it's been just that. We got a great group of young men that are playing hard for one another, and I feel like our brotherhood across the board is just that, a true brotherhood.
Trell Hunt coming back for his 3rd-year starter, redshirt senior. This quarterback, what kind of improvements has he made?
Well, he's done a nice job. He had a good spring. I felt like his maturity level with regards to understanding how to play the position and manage the game, how to make good decisions in a hurry, and probably as big as anything, how to influence his teammates. He's got some good leadership qualities about him, and now he's taken it full reign of this team. And as much as the football's improved, I think the mindset's improved, and his influence not only throwing the ball and running the ball, but his influence on the younger kids in the program, which is huge.
Syracuse head football coach Scott Shafer with Armen and Levack on 104.5 The Team, at Coach_Shafer on Twitter. The season kicks off Friday at 7 o'clock against Rhode Island. All right, Coach, this is cool. Your Syracuse home schedule includes your first 4 games of the year at the Loud House, including LSU coming to Syracuse. As you talk to the Albany fans today, what do you want the Capital Region to know about your football program this season and how we can get involved and support?
Well, I'd say first and foremost, let's make an official invitation to the Capital Region to come on out to the Dome and get this place shaken. We got great football in this area. We got great people in this area. Come on out and join the party. It's a great place to play football. We got a brand new turf in. It looks great. It's got a real wow factor to it. And our students are excited to get back here. Come on over and join the party. That's what I would say.
Good stuff. Let's party, baby. Coach Scott Shafer, Syracuse football. Coach, thanks for joining Armen and Levack today. We can't wait for your season kicking off Friday, September 4th at 7 o'clock against Rhode Island in Syracuse. Let's get it going. Coach, have a great season, and thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us on, fellas.
Hey, Coach, I screwed up the date a few times. I'm going to fix that. Other than that, was everything else okay?
Yeah, I felt good about it. Sounds good. You guys got me fired up too, by the way.
Perfect.
I never sit down during the show. I think you'd like our atmosphere. We like to keep it up tempo, just like practice.
I like it. That's great. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of the summer too. Okay.
Hey, Coach, have a great year. Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mike. Appreciate you guys.